have time.
Get it.
I spilled chocolate milk all over my computer.
Right now?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it until you disconnect.
-1, you gotta be paying more attention if this fuckhead's doing this.
Okay, go.
I love you, though.
Carl, don't move.
Okay.
Alright, they got a rolling,
Oh,
guys.
somebody
Guys,
beat me,
we're
maybe.
awesome. Love you.
Yeah, Jado beat me.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna go for right.
I'm getting our base.
What?
Get our. Yeah.
I'm
Carl, stay back.
Jado, good luck.
I'll
getting
bomb.
left.
I'll bomb.
Okay. Okay, rolling, taking it
They
off.
got a juke juice their base 55. Top right 55 juke juice.
Diffuse. I'm just gonna come back. Switch.
Holy.
Diffused.
Yep.
Alright.
Juke juice. Try not to let him grab.
I should probably talk about how you guys started.
Okay.
Maybe? Trying to time it. That wasn't gonna work. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe someone could have stayed on D. So what?
50.
You know. Oh, didn't you guys talk about there are some people who like to stay next to the bomb and just wait for people to come in and kill them. So wait for Noobkim to come in and then just bomb him to the spikes, because you're probably not gonna get this. You're probably not gonna get the pup, but whatever. Nice.
Okay, rolling.
Oh, also, I'm gonna I already did a commentary on you guys with this half. I only recorded one half. I'm sorry. And the commentary lasted 1 hour for the 10-minute half. But I forgot to turn my mic on, so I have to do it again. And I was trying to do it quickly, and I still did it in only 1 hour. So I'll try to do it quickly, or maybe it'll be shorter.
Taking
Let's
it
go.
off.
They got a juke juice their base 55 juke juice.
Diffuse. I'm just gonna come back. Switch.
Holy.
Diffused.
I think the 2 rolling bombs could have been handled a little better. There wasn't a lot you could do squiggly there. But maybe Jado. I mean, when you have a rolling bomb coming into base, you have to go a little bit more slowly into base. Like, you just have to be really devious, sneaky. Just come in slowly. It's a whole different thing.
Diffused.
Yep.
Alright.
Juke juice. Trying.
Also, I'm fascinated that Kevin. I talked about this in the recording that you guys didn't see, where my mic was off. But I'm fascinated that Kevin was waiting. Like, look, Kevin has no reason. Well, maybe he did see you there. Actually, you know what? He probably did see you, Kami. You went a little bit too close. You went a little bit too far. You should have like really snuck it in. You should have been sneaky, because Kevin totally read what you were doing, and
Holy.
Diffused.
he ended up reading that. So be a little more sneaky there.
Juke juice. Try not to let him grab. Trying not to let him grab. Trying not to let him grab. Okay, we're
And he didn't
couple
grab.
more seconds.
He's gonna boost in.
Okay, this is an error here. So, Carl. Okay, so Noobkin has the juke juice, so this is a little bit dangerous to venture off here because of Noobkin's juke juice. So, normally I would say follow Makaso and either take away his boost or get so into his face that Makaso is forced to bump you off. You know, just get in Makaso's face, and that basically nullifies the boost. It's not really viable here because of the juke juice and the one-on-one with the juke juice, which you don't want. So right here, there's only 2 things you can do. Let's assume the juke juice isn't there. You can be aggressive, or you can just get out of the way. Just get out of the way, Carl, because I'm gonna do this in slow motion here. Makaso is lining up the boost. This is very obvious. Both of you know he's lining up the boost. Don't let Makaso bully you. So Makaso, what he wants is he wants to bump you guys off. Carl's gonna go over here. Then Noobkin gets the grab and he gets out. That's what Makaso wants. That's his idea. And as you'll see, I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna go back a little bit, and that's exactly what he gets.
Yeah,
He gets exactly what he wants here.
He didn't
couple
grab.
more seconds. Couple
He's
more
gonna
nice.
boost in.
I'm gonna try and boost.
And then they're out. So, if Mikaso's or if whoever is boosting in, just let him boost in. Let him grab the flag. It doesn't matter. Let him grab the flag, and then return him afterwards once he's gone towards a predictable path. So,
Okay, where?
right there. Okay, so right there, Carl. Just move out of the way. Just move out of the way. Let him grab. So, he's gonna boost in. He's gonna grab. He's gonna bounce off, and that's it. He's dead. At that point, he's dead. And then if Noobkin tries to get the re, he's also dead if he even tries to do it. So, yeah, just let him grab. The real thing you don't want to happen is this. You don't want Mikaso to get you out of position here. You don't want that. Don't let anybody boosting in push you around. And this goes for any map. This goes for what map do they have it? This goes for Boombox. This goes for a lot of maps which have a boost into base. Just don't let them push you around as a defender. Let them grab or bully them, but don't let them push you around like this. This is basically you just getting pushed around. Also, if Carl gets boosted in like that, then that means it's Jado's job to play the safety net, and Jado doesn't really do that. He just kind of veers towards the right, and that doesn't. And then Noobkin gets the easy grab. You guys get the quick return, but now they're in the position to get out of base just because of the out of position. So, yeah, just let him grab there. He's gonna die anyways. It's not. Mikaso didn't boost in the grab. He boosted in to put you guys out of position. All right, so here is a play where I think defensively you guys could have done a little bit better. Let's see here. Okay, so here I feel like, let me rewind it a little bit.
He's gonna boost in.
I'm gonna try and boost.
Oh,
He's out.
Three.
Got
No
him.
one.
I feel like right here, Carl takes left, Jado takes right, and then Mikaso's dead. But instead, Jado goes around, which is whatever. It happens. And then I feel like Carl could have given him the left, but at the same time, that's what Jado was thinking. Carl was going to give him the left. But at the same time, I think it's better to put Mikaso in his tracks. It's better to slow down the FC, I think, and then call that. I feel like defensively, the chemistry here could be a lot better. I feel like you guys have enough chemistry that you can do things like, oh, I'm going left, you go right. All right, good. So right here, Mikaso's dead right here. He doesn't actually die. He actually gets out. But theoretically, if you're playing good defense, Mikaso is a dead man here, because Jado has left, Carl has right. But as you see, you guys don't work together, and Carl really bites on it because, I don't know, maybe he doesn't trust that Jado can hold that lane. Maybe Jado or Carl thinks he's playing by himself. I don't know. But right there, a little bit more communication. Yeah, so right here.
Over here.
Out three.
Yep, three.
He's dead. Maybe Carl gets right, Jado gets left. Maybe he splits you guys and goes mid, but that's probably not going to be likely. And he's dead. The only viable thing I see him doing by working together and getting your lanes. So, he's dead at that point. The only viable thing I see him doing is going here, but he's dead. I mean, he's dead because of the bomb, so. Yeah, just a little bit more defensive
He's not out
patience.
in front of him. He's gonna boost back to.
But what I like at the same time is that you guys remain in front of the flag, and you're about to see why. Even though you guys messed up, the fact that you guys stayed in front of the flag is so important, as you guys are gonna see.
I don't know what he's doing. What's he doing?
Oh, so I just
He's heading
man
right
blocks
side.
and I don't
Four.
get them.
You
I'm
got
out
it.
three.
Four.
Okay. Okay.
I'm out
Yep,
two.
yep.
Or he's bomb.
Okay, so right there, you guys messed up a little bit. He was already dead, and then you guys let him free again. But you guys stayed in front, You didn't got you guys. Yeah, like you messed up a little bit, but not really because you stayed in front of the flag and you eventually got the return anyways. So in that, and it ended up not mattering. Which is why it's so important to stay in front of the flag. Good jukes there, Kami. I was kind of looking at that in the back of my eye. That was pretty good.
Nice.
I got left.
Fine,
I got left.
anti-V.
Power ups and 10, power ups and 10. Get the
Okay.
return.
P.
So yeah, so far pretty good defense because you guys were able to get the return quickly and get at the regrab quickly.
Have the
He's
chance,
in.
Don't
Got
die.
him.
I'm coming in.
Maybe Jado needs a little bit of awareness here and realize that that's a return, but at the same time things are happening so fast that kind of looked like Carl wasn't going to get that. So no biggie there. Jado could have boosted in right here. You could have boosted in. Okay, right there. Right there, Noobkin is dead because you can boost in. You can boost in here. And then bounce off of the corner and he's dead. And then Carl will pick up. Or, which I think is the safer option, the no-fail option, just sit at the boost and don't boost at all. And then by not boosting, you're threatening all of this. Look at all you're not even boosting, you're just staying at the boost, and that's all you're threatening right there. Noobkin cannot move in these sections. So and then Jado stays at the boost, and then Carl picks up, and Noobkin is a dead man there. So those are two options. One is the aggressive option with the corner boost. The other is the safe option where you just sit at the boost, but you don't do that. Instead, you boost in a much safer position, which isn't the worst thing in the world. So there, like I said before, you can never go wrong with playing it safe, and so right there you just played it safe. So he could have been dead, but once again, not the worst thing in the world. Still a good job. Jado actually took out the bombs and allowed Kami to get the pup, so that's a pretty good job so far. It's a pretty good job so far. Good job getting the pup. I should probably play it normally so that you guys can hear yourself talk.
I got left.
Fine,
I got left.
anti-V.
Power ups and 10, power ups and 10. Get the
Okay.
return. You guys have the
He's
chance.
in.
Don't
Got
die.
him.
I'm coming
He's
in.
heading left.
He's gonna go.
Okay. Okay, I defused the bombs. Kami, get in there.
Okay.
No,
I
just
gotta
get
do
Kami
pops,
defuse the
pops.
Anyone got right?
I'm gonna get right. It's
Carl,
attack
get right.
pro
Oh, I'm
at
dead. So skip
51.
me. Oh,
Get that-
Go,
get-
go, Carl, go.
Defuse him,
Carl.
Kami. Yep. Breed Carl is what he's trying to do.
Okay, so this is gonna be pretty terrible tag pro lead. It's pretty bad. First of all, if you have a juke juice and a normal guy, if the red team plays it well, if they play it perfectly, Squiggly's probably dead no matter what. Like there's nothing you can do. Squiggly's probably dead. Thankfully, this isn't a very good team, so you have a chance to lead Squiggly out of here alive in one piece. And that comes with number one. Your number one priority as a tag pro lead is to keep your FC safe. Obviously, because if your FC dies, then there's no point to a tag pro lead anymore. So, number one is keeping it safe, and instead, I feel like you go for the kill instead of keeping Squiggly safe, as you're going to see here.
51.
Oh,
Get that-
Go,
get-
go, Carl, go.
Defuse him,
Carl.
Kami. Yep. Breed Carl is what he's trying to say.
He's four.
Not necessarily safe, just, protecting the one thing that you're trying to protect.
Easy. Deep breaths. Deep breath.
See right there, Kevin gets the easy. It's so easy. You have to respect the juke juice. Anytime you see a juke juice when you have a tag pro lead, respect him. So, right here, if you're being aggressive, at least be aggressive towards Kevin. Because then maybe Squiggly, maybe you can block Kevin and then maybe Squiggly jukes S by himself. But if you block S, then well, Kevin has an easy return. So always respect the juke juice. That's not really acceptable for you to do, to just go towards S here. That's not. You're gonna see right there. That's you. He's dead. He's dead at that point. So let's go
go
back.
Use him coming. Yep. Breed, Carl, is what he's trying to say.
He's four.
Okay, so right here you need to stay right next to Squiggly because of that juke juice, and motion it towards the juke juice. Just stay really close to him. Right there, Carl. What you're doing in these frames, Squiggly's already dead. There's pretty much nothing you can do at that point. He's already dead. So really subtle movements as a tag pro lead are crucial. Even the subtlest movements kill your FC. So you should have stayed closer to the flag, or at the very least gone aggressive towards the juke juice. So that's not very good tag pro lead, and it's not even a mechanical thing, it's a decision thing. So that was a decisional error. Kevin Bacon's pretty terrible, and he lets Kami grab. So right here, once again, not very good tag pro lead. So okay, you're about to see.
Easy, deep
Okay,
breaths.
so that's bad tag pro
Deep
lead,
breaths.
and then
Sorry.
Deep
Kami's gonna get the grab, and again, Carl's not gonna do very good tag pro lead.
Stay ahead, it's fine.
3. It's
Go
coming.
bottom,
3.
And once again, not respecting the juke juice, not staying close to the FC. You're going for kills. You're going for you need to play it slow there. There's no point to venturing out. There's no point to venturing out into nothingness if you're leaving your FC dead. So, I would go for protecting my FC, staying close to my FC here. So, where is he? Okay, so right there, just stay close to your FC. They have a juke juice. You have to respect that. So stay close to your FC. Stay right next to him, and don't let anyone kill him. If you want to do the more aggressive option, if you want, you can go for Kevin. Really aggressively go for Kevin and let Kami juke S, which should be easy since he has a juke juice. So that's another option, but you always have to respect the juke juice there. Either stay really close to your FC, or I guess if he has a juke juice, make him go 1-on-1. But I would go with just sticking close to your FC as close as possible there. You're gonna look at the subtle movements you make, which allow him.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Sorry.
Deep
That's
breaths.
fine.
No, stay ahead, it's fine.
Okay, so you go towards the flag, which is you motion towards the flag. No, you don't. Okay. Okay, look, right there. You come towards the flag. Good, and then right there, Kami's dead. Don't do that, Carl. That's subtle. Yeah, that what you just saw. That subtle movement is enough to kill Kami. Kami's dead at this point. There's not a lot you can do. And so Carl keeps going forward, and then that's it. Stop trying to kill people, Carl. Just protect your FC. And he's already dead. So those are two situations where tag pro lead was pretty much a failure when it didn't need to be.
We're good. We're reset.
We're some corpse. He's gonna boost it. No.
Okay.
Nice.
You got
We're
him.
reset.
Alright, we're reset.
Okay, what time are power-ups?
Their base
Bomb
is
is
still
there. Bomb is there. Never mind.
Okay.
Bottom left. Bottom left.
Okay, so Squiggly, Yuri's not there. Obviously, your partner's not there. Obviously, your partner just died. So, what you need to do here is you need to stay alive. You need to stay alive so that Kami can get re. I've already talked about this, so I'm not gonna expand on why. If you don't know why, look at the other commentaries I made. But yeah, you need to stay there, stay alive, so that Kami can get re. In the first recording I made, Nazgul did the same thing. He was aggressive. So right here, Squiggly, you're gonna see you put yourself into a death trap,
Coming in, bomb.
Everyone calm.
and right there, you're already dead. And Kami's not gonna get the re. They're actually playing anti-re, which is very interesting. But at this point, you're not going to get the re, so stay alive there. Just standing still would have been a better play than what you did. So S is actually going to play anti, so he's not even going for you. There's no reason to rush things. The other school of thought against what I'm saying is, well, I need to be aggressive because, you know, what if their OD is out of position? This is my opportunity to cap. But the thing is, that's why we need communication. So if let's say Carl has a tag pro and kills Makaso and Noobkin, then Carl and Jado, it's their responsibility to tell you, base is clear, or get into base. This is a good situation to get into base for. So in that situation, get aggressive. But if your defense isn't telling you anything, like you need to get into base, if your defense isn't saying anything like that, just stay alive and wait for your re to get there. Mistakes like this aren't really acceptable at this point in the game where you guys are at.
Coming in,
They actually play anti-re, so even if Squiggly stayed alive, Kami wouldn't have been able to get re, but at least you would know they're playing anti-re and play against that, you know.
Everyone be cool. Okay. Nice.
Alright, Pup's in like 15.
Yep.
Bottom left,
He's gonna
stage
bomb
dive.
in.
He's
Like if they were playing anti-re there, let's say Squiggly stayed alive. Let's say he stayed alive, and then Kami's going, oh, they're playing anti-re. Well, you can do a couple things. You can play risky and have Kami be a third blocker. So, because they're playing anti-re, Kami's use as a re-grabber is useless. So, you can have Kami...
He's gonna. Nice.
alright.
Everyone.
I'm trying to do this quickly, but it's hard because...
Bottom left.
I'm trying to do this quickly, but it's hard because I have so much things to talk about. But so let's say Kami's right here. He's waiting at re, and so okay. So let's say he's at re. So Squiggly goes. Let's pretend Squiggly isn't killing himself. So Squiggly goes. By the way, if Kevin was a decent booster, you would have been dead anyways.
coming in, bomb.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I feel like he could have if he had the right angle, but yeah, I feel like you were dead either way. So let's say Squiggly's staying alive and doing his job. Then Kami goes, oh no, look, he's playing anti-re. So there's one of two things you can do because they're playing anti-re. You can have Kami play the third blocker for your team. That's aggressive. That's an aggressive strategy against anti-re. Because with 3 blockers, if you die, there's no re-grab. But, you know, they're playing anti-re, so there was no re-grab in the first place. But yeah, your value there is very little if they're playing anti-re and you're trying to get re, you know. So do something else. Or you could have gotten the power-up. If there are no power-ups, you could have... what else could you do? Or, if there are no power-ups, maybe Kami could just boost around here and do absolutely nothing, trying to coax S out of anti-re, and at the same time Squiggly just holds the flag until he can get past 3 people. So I actually have in the Mooper Ball, towards the end of the Mooper Ball, this is getting pretty exciting for me. I'm getting pretty excited here, but in the Mooper Ball, in the 3rd overtime, I believe, the small caps realized they were gonna lose, or like they realized they were under, so they tried to play anti-re, and we used that to our advantage, and we actually capped twice, I believe. So I'm gonna play that right now. I'm gonna pause this and come back. All right, so it should be recording again. Before I want to show you this, I want to show you what kissing strats look like.
Reps going to the semi-pro bots. Oh, this is a strong opportunity.
Okay, so right here,
The cripple.
right here, there's the intuition that cripples near the re. So if I kiss, then cripple can get the anti-re,
Has a boost spawn.
and it's a little bit of
I
tooting
think
my
it
own
spawned
horn,
in
but
front of him right then. I don't think
right there, cripple's saying I have
Oh, yeah,
anti,
yeah.
and then I
they're
kiss.
willing boost.
And then right there, because I kissed, then Pinox has the regrab, and then Cripple's there. and then I'm gonna be respawning. So then Walrus goes on Ree. That's so intelligent. Like, look at the intelligence on this play. Someone kisses, Cripple gets to the anti-Ree. Walrus, most people would go on defense there, but Walrus goes on Ree because he knows that I'm respawning, and then we have a very, even if Pinox dies here, we have Walrus on Ree, so it's so fluid, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about you with kissing strats. Kissing strats are they're a new strategy in the game that's has a lot of potential, and you can have so much fun with kissing strats. But anyways, let me find where that clip is. Okay, so here's a scenario where Yossarian, as you're seeing here, Yossarian is playing anti-Ree. He's actually playing anti-Ree that's so dedicated that I can't shake him off, and I go get a power-up. I end up the cap isn't because of me, the cap is because of Walrus, but this is how you play against anti-Ree.
Had that flag for what must have been 30 to 45 seconds. All sorts of situations which he should have stayed alive, and just the patience, and it pays off.
Okay, so Yos is playing anti-Ree. At this point, my worth as a regrab is useless, so pushing Yos around isn't going to help my team, so I'm gonna go do something else. I actually decide to be a third blocker for Walrus, but I think my team says, no, don't do that, do something else, go on Ree, and I was like, okay, fine.
That's a great hold. There's a few jukes in there that are certainly worth a highlight reel.
Yeah, so right there, I say I'm gonna be a third blocker for you, Walrus, and then but they don't like, my team doesn't like that, so I just tell Walrus to hold the flag for as long as they can.
Yeah.
That was really my plan. I guess that was Walrus's plan too.
Yas playing anti-Ree, but there's no.
Yeah, so Yas is wasting his time. He's not doing anything, which I love because I love the fact that he doesn't know whether he wants to chase or stay on Ree.
Going to anti-Ree.
Stu gets there in the end, justifies it.
Okay, see, and then I'm going. Okay, so then Walrus coaxed Yossarian into going into chase.
Walrus pass two block.
And then Yos decides to go in anti-Ree.
Here's 2 offensive defense. Walrus.
So this guy's dedicated. So then I just go, okay, I'm just gonna go wait for a pup while Walrus stays alive, and I tell Walrus to stay alive because Yas is playing anti-Ree, so Walrus should know that he needs to stay alive here.
It's conservative.
Yeah, Yas looks like he's sitting on the fence.
And so, I mean, look at this. Yossarian is wasting his time on anti. He's doing nothing. He probably feels like an idiot. And then Walrus is going to cap here just by being the great flag carrier. And they only have 3 OD, so it's not a good situation for them, especially power-up wise. So if they're playing anti-Ree, you can wait for power-ups and then just cap against them once the opportunity strikes.
Whether to go help a teammates out or whether to stay on the anti.
Okay, so right there, Walrus is gonna cap here, but let's say Walrus doesn't cap here. Let's say that's a tag. Let's say this is a tag pro. If this is a tag pro, then that's a cap because I have a tag pro lead. Walrus has a juke juice. It's super easy. So this is how you play against anti-Ree. You take the guy on Ree out and you make him do something else. And if Yossarian goes back to chasing, then you go back to Ree. Very easy. It's very fluid. And then Yossarian realizes that his time on Ree was useless, and he tries to come back. Apparently, though, it's too late.
Yeah, and he smartly comes in because
and then Walrus gets the cap.
Great timing. Walrus
And then
knows the second.
I should turn off the sound. And then I get the rolling bomb, and then look at that. And then look, that's going to be another cap. Spoiler alert, this isn't actually a cap because I mess it up, but this just shows what how you can play against anti-Ree. You hold the flag, you wait till something happens. The guy on Ree tries to utilize his value as much as possible, whether that means going back on Ree once the anti-Ree's gone, or going to get a power-up, or blocking for a defender. I don't know. It's the limits are endless because I don't know a terribly high amount of anti-Ree. I just know from intuition what you probably should be doing. So yeah, that was anti-Ree. Alright, so I'm already at 30 minutes, unfortunately.
Everyone calm.
Wow.
Everyone be cool. Okay. Nice.
Alright, pups in like 15.
Yep. He's gonna bomb him.
Oh, by the way, if I don't say anything about what you guys are doing, that doesn't mean that probably means you guys are doing something good. So right here, someone called power ups. I'm not gonna say good job. Just know that you probably know that you're doing a good job. I don't need to say it every 5 seconds.
He's very early.
I'm getting their base.
Nice.
I got bottom
Let's
left.
go.
I'm getting gold.
Oh, oh my god, this is such a beautiful play by Kami.
People, I'm just sitting it out.
Okay, I'm in base on D.
I just want to take a second to admire this play. Nothing but admiration, because this is so ridiculous. So this is Noobkin's pup. But Kami actually, I don't even understand this. There, Kami already decided to boost in. Kami decided to boost in before the pup even showed up. And had Kami not boosted in before, had Kami not done that ridiculous timing, then that was Noobkin's tag, bro. So I would never do this because I never memorize exact timers on velocity. So to do this, you would have to know the exact time, and you would have to time it in such a way that you know that the pup's gonna show up. So, I don't know. That's just like MLG freaking Korean professional gaming stuff right there. That was amazing. I've never seen something like that in my life. But then you go ahead and you mess it all up by doing this play. Great job on memorizing the exact time there. That's pretty impressive. So Kami, never, if you have a tag pro, you have the leg up. Don't just boost in willy-nilly. You probably realize that there are two and maybe you could get free, but number one, Squiggly, I'm not going to rewind it, but Squiggly basically says that he's waiting for the pup and there are people assaulting him. So, like I talked in the other video, if you're waiting on this pup, wait for your other friend to get a tag pro and help you out. So right here, Kami, you were lucky enough to get a tag pro. Go help out your friend. Don't boost in like this. Go help out your friend. Kill S, and then get the power up here. And then what if it's a rolling bomb? Then Kami has a tag pro, he has a rolling bomb. What if it's a juke juice? Kami has a tag pro, he has a juke juice. What if it's a tag pro? Then that's a double tag pro. It's so nice. Kami, you need to not be selfish here and get it. Also, maybe you're losing focus. I don't know. But you need to pay attention to Squiggly. Squiggly was telling you his situation. You need to pay attention to that before you just go trigger happy. Oh, let me just, fly into base kamikaze style.
Red. Good offense.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Kevin plays it pretty well. You shouldn't have let him bite you. You should have kept going straight, and that would have let you free.
On here.
But look at that. If you had just helped Squiggly out with his power up, you had a tag pro. I mean, you had every right ability to help him out. Squiggly would have had a tag pro, and that would have been a double tag pro.
That's fine.
I was watching you.
So that's about communication. That's about Squiggly saying where he is, and Kamikaze listening to that. More importantly, Kamikaze listening to that. As you'll see throughout this game, there is a growing theme of Kami not listening to Squiggly. So Kami, listen to your partner. Listen to what he's saying and pay attention. Be calm.
I got a rolling bomb 38.
Tag pro lead. He's not out. He's going out.
And right here, Squiggly doesn't really say what situation he's in, I think. So Squiggly, if both people are assaulting you for the pup, it's good that you stand there because it's a tag pro and it's important. If both of you are assaulting for the pup, tell Kami that. There's a free grab. Get into base. Say those words, Squiggly, and Kami hear those words, because if you guys had proper communication, Kami would have been out here. Or is Kami out here? Kami is out here. I'm thinking about something else. But Kami gets it anyways. And now they're in a good position. So also Squiggly, you waited in there for a long time and you distracted two people in the meantime, and then you came out with the pup. So that was a good bonus for you. Even though you guys played that poorly, you have a tag, bro. Kami's out. So at the end, it's a plus for you guys.
Base the
Heading back.
Yeah,
He's
he's-
heading back. He,
Use the bomb there earlier.
Gosh.
Still 2.
by the bomb. He's by the bomb.
Nice. There's his out. There's his out. Yeah, where's he?
He's gonna go 2. He's waiting.
I
Take
shouldn't
your
have
time.
done
Take
that.
your time.
Don't spike yourself like that. You'd be surprised by how many caps are caused because people spike themselves. This is not acceptable. Getting juked is a somewhat acceptable thing. Spiking yourself is not acceptable. It just isn't. It's what causes caps. Think every time you spike yourself, think about it like the other team had a tag pro and tagged you, and now you're dead. That's basically, you're giving them a free tag every time you spike yourself.
I
Take your
shouldn't
time.
have done that.
Take your time.
Okay.
He's gonna go 1.
Okay.
And then Kami unnecessarily spikes himself there. So I feel like these are mistakes you guys would never be caught doing if it was normal practice time. And the reason you guys are making it is because you guys just aren't focused. Number 1, standing behind the boost is so powerful. Like I said, you don't have to take the boost. Look at all of this. This is all yours. This is all yours. You dominate all of this because you're behind that boost. So just stay there and wait for Carl to come in, or because Makaso's not dumb. Pretty much any FC is not dumb. There is no such thing as an FC who's gonna go, oh, Kami's behind the boost, let me just go straight and hopefully he doesn't kill me. No FC is gonna do that, and if he does, he's dead. So Kami realized that and realized he's trying to make you jump,
He's gonna go 1.
Okay.
which he does, and then Kami dies.
He's gotta be take.
Three.
Don't.
So right there, because of those spikes, the first one by Carl and then the second one by Kami, this can very likely be a cap just because you spiked yourself. You know, it seems like, you know, it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal. Do everything you can to not be in situations where you spike yourself. You know, 100% of the time, spiking yourself is an accident. So just be in a position where accidents don't happen.
Do your thing. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2,
He's
1.
out there still.
Nice.
Carbs
Carl?
10. Bottom left is 55. Bottom left 54. Bottom left 54. Oh, so somebody just get the 1.
Right is
Yep, I got
52.
left.
I'm gonna
I
get
got left
right.
right
Their
now.
base is
Tag pro
32.
53.
I'm gonna get
He's coming
right.
in 2.
Great job getting the power ups and great job staying on OD there. That's pretty intelligent. So yeah, you guys are playing a little bit freaked out, but at the same time, you guys are making good decisions like that. So good job.
I'm wait.
Let's go. Carl, get ready.
Has
Carl,
to
get
be
ready.
with tons of caps.
Also, Wright was late apparently, so you guys have to be on that because Carl could have been one more OD person in that situation.
No, he's waiting by the thing.
Carl, get
Get the
ready.
tag, bro. Get
I
the
got
tag
right.
rolling.
There's a rolling bomb right.
He's 1. He's 1. He's
With
gonna
tons
go.
of caps.
Kami needs to get the boost there. If Makaso, you need to be behind. You just walk it in. You could have boosted in and gotten Makaso right there. That's just you not being focused. This is like stuff that I feel is obvious, but you're just not in the right element here. Also, I already watched this recording, and it looks like Kami's not really in the right place. And then in the second half, where I feel like you were calmer, I think you played a lot better. So that just goes to show that even Kami, who thinks that,
Don't have time.
Yeah.
Deep breaths.
Sorry.
Go, Carl. Go.
Diffuse him
Carl.
coming.
well, let me find my place here.
I'm coming
He's
in.
heading left.
I forgot.
Never mind.
No. Okay.
No, okay.
And I don't get that.
Okay. I diffused the bombs, Kami. Breathe, Carl. is what- Everyone calm. Everyone be.
Defend.
You're in 2. He's not out.
He's gotta be take.
3.
Don't grab.
Okay, here it is.
Bottom left 54. Bottom left 54. Somebody just get the 1.
Out there.
5, 4, 3.
No.
Right
Their
now,
base is
tag.
Tag, bro. Get
Okay,
the
right here.
There's a rolling bomb
Um,
right.
even it goes to show that even
He's 1. He's 1.
uh,
He's
Tons
gonna
of
go.
caps.
I
Tons of
diffused
caps.
right 33.
even Kami, who thinks that he plays better with emotion and intensity, it's not true at all. It's not true at all. This game is a game where you press 4 arrow keys and you're controlling a spatial object that's supposed to like, you know, touch another object. That's all there is. There's no emotion in that. There's no relevancy with how you feel. It's a very robotic game. And And so being robotic helps you play better. Essentially, being an emotionless robotic calculator is probably the best way to play Tag Bro, to be honest. But yeah, and I feel like
I fucked that up. It's okay. I got him bottom. Kami, careful. Be calm. I fucked that up.
And then I feel like these are plays that you guys just have to do, but you're not doing them because you're not focused enough. And then Kami spikes himself. Like, that was so embarrassing to see. That was like, oh my god. I'm shaking my head right now because it's just like, those are really, really unnecessary things because you're overreacting to the situation. And I feel like that was a little bit, I think that was just a bad snipe, to be honest. But even then, that was just a little bit, spiking yourself like that, it's just like, it's such an overreaction to what's going on. And it's just like, you guys are freaking out a little bit. Like, that's not necessary. You could have just not boosted and then just like hung out there until you had a better shot. Or, well, I'm not talking about the boost. There wasn't anything really wrong with that. But just in general, your play right now, spiking yourselves and things, they're totally not necessary. And like I said before, winning games is not about making plays. Winning games is about not making mistakes. Unless you have someone else that's making up for your mistakes, which we call support defense, support offense. But yeah, making less mistakes is going to help you win, not doing everything at once, you know. I think the main reason why people the main reason why people feel exasperated while playing, especially in a legitimate game, is they feel like they want to win badly. They feel like they're willing to do anything to win. And because of that, they make all these snipes, they make all these plays, they try to do everything at once because they feel like that's necessary to win the game. And then they end up shooting themselves in the foot when all they had to do was stand still. All they had to do was be a little bit patient. All they had to do was slow down and listen to what your teammate was saying. All they had to do was be a little bit calm, be a little bit slow. So play it slow when you're playing the game, and you'll play a lot better. This game isn't about you know, being a beast. This game is about not making mistakes. You winning is dictated by how few mistakes you make, and the way you don't make mistakes is by being calm. You know, if you're freaking out, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes.
31.
He's one. I gotta roll.
Or not necessarily calm, but just like focused and in such a way that you're not really worrying about you're not really you're in the mindset to be focused on everything that you're doing in Tag Bro and in the mechanical spatial geometrically based game like this.
49.
Okay, he's coming up.
I got rolling ring.
He's two. He's boosting one.
No, he's one.
Careful. Don't die.
Don't die. He's playing anti-read. They're playing anti-read.
Great job there. Oh my god. I think, Carl, this is the half where you got 20 returns, which is ridiculous. You played really, really well. I'll admit that. You played really well. Besides your Tag Pro leads, which are terrible. Yeah, good job getting the power up there.
He's two.
There's 3 back.
There's no re.
I'm coming there,
Push it.
Pop.
Push it. No re. You mean ours?
They're playing
I'll
anti-read.
pop
He's our bomb, Carl. He's our bomb. Come in real quick.
I got up 20.
Quick.
I got
Quick.
They're playing
I'll
anti-read.
pop
He's our bomb.
Okay, Squiggly, you could have gone this way. You could have gone this way instead. You could have gone this way, I feel like you would have had more room to maneuver and juke, and then right here you're pretty much dead. So think about why you did that. Obviously from this spectator state you probably would have made a better decision, but from the game perspective, think about why you made that mistake.
He's our bomb. Come in real quick.
I feel like this is such a...
Quick.
What do you guys do there defensively?
He's
2 seconds.
4,
Let's go,
4,
let's
4,
go.
4, 4, 3, 3,
Can you get the return?
2. He's
No.
2.
There's 3 back.
There's no re.
I'm coming there,
Push it.
Pop.
Push it. No re. You mean ours?
They're playing
I'll
anti-read.
pop
He's our bomb, Carl.
I really like this. This is such a great defensive play here.
Come in real quick.
I got up 20.
That's so beautiful. Just be like, he's coming bomb, and then Jado basically pretending he gets juked, and then Carl just coming in with the return. I think those are like advanced defensive strategies. Great communication.
That's a reset.
Okay.
Pups.
I lag.
Lagging.
Okay.
Oh my
we're good.
god.
Well, it stopped. We're good.
It's fine.
All right.
Now, bottom left. Oso,
Yep.
go for bottom left.
You take it.
It's 46, I think.
Base is 20. One is
Theirs
top
was
right.
last 30.
And this is a mistake by Kami. There's no. What do you? I'm going to assume that you were waiting for left pup. There's no reason for you to just wait here. If you're waiting for pups, look at any player worth his salt, and you'll see that when he's waiting for pups, he's either waiting here or he's waiting next to the pup, or he's waiting like here so that he can get boosted in if someone wants to boost in. He doesn't do anything that you're doing.
It's 20. One is
Theirs
top
was
right.
last.
So like right here, this is no. Don't no. Please don't do this again. Maybe you can let him boost into you. Maybe you can boost into him a little bit better, and then that would send Noobkin flying and you to the pup. But don't try it if it's not gonna work. Moreover, the more important thing, why try it if you can get it's not necessary. It's totally not necessary for you to take a risk like this. There's no reason for it. So yeah, it's not intelligent at all. And it's just like, Kami, you have to be a little bit more calm, a little bit more, just a little bit more not unintelligent. I don't know how else to say it. It's just not intelligent play. And right here, this is an unintelligent grab.
I don't know what it is. It's a rolling. It's a juke juice. I don't know what time it is either.
Yeah.
Bottom one. I'm out.
And then right there, you should be aware. If you want to call yourself a decent offender, you should be aware that you are dead by that point. Also, I don't know if Squiggly communicated that 2 defenders were on him so that Kami can get a free grab. Because otherwise, I think he would have just boosted straight to the flag instead of bounced. But don't do these kind of grabs. It's not intelligent. Like right there, you should have realized that you were gonna be a dead man. Wait, right there, you should have realized that you were a dead man. They are moving with such an extreme velocity that it's just not gonna happen. So just don't grab. Just don't do it. And moreover, Squiggly's getting the power up. I feel like you're not at all paying attention to what's happening around you. If you would have paid attention to Squiggly, if you would have paid attention to what people are doing around you, you would have said, Squiggly's getting the power up. It looks like these 2 people are not going to let me through. I'm not going to grab. I'm going to wait for Squiggly to get, I don't know, like a tag pro or something, and then I'm going to use that to get out of base. These kind of plays are unnecessary, and I feel like it's because you're a little bit too anxious. You're a little bit too, you feel like you have to do everything. You feel like you have to grab, get out of base. Just slow down a bit, Kami. The whole theme of this half is just you having to slow down a little bit.
Time it is either.
Um,
I'm out.
Our base is like 30, right? So it's still
Also, don't do, like, you know when, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know when people make plays, like, let's say someone gets juked, and then they go, you know that little sigh that people do? They go, you're not supposed to let him out there, like, oh my god, why'd you do that? Like, that little sigh that kind of condescends everyone else around you, or condescends yourself, or something. But don't ever sigh like that. Like what Kami just did. He's just like, fuck, oh my god. Like doing things like that. Don't ever. A lot of people do it. Don't do it. It stresses out your team. It introduces a negative atmosphere to the game. It introduces a negative atmosphere to yourself. People do better. Statistically, people do better when they feel positive. When they feel positive that they can do something. So if you're feeling negative, like, oh my god, I'm just not on my A game today, don't do that. Don't cloud the communication with things like self-defeat or like little sighs, like, don't do that in general. What was I gonna say? Really quickly. It's already 50 minutes. I'm trying to speed it up, but it's just I have a lot to talk about. This is what RJ did a lot when he played for my team. This is what RJ did a lot. So let's say this guy has the FC. So let's say I'm Noobkin or I'm Makaso. So I'm on OD. I am concerned with the flag getting out of base, because if the flag gets out of base, then I have to play OD, and I have to not grab. I have to play OD. I have to play it smart. So what happens is I'm on offense, right? And then they get the flag, and I'm wondering, is he at a base? Is he at a base? That's what I'm thinking. And then RJ bites in because he's an aggressive defender, or he's unintelligent. RJ bites in. By RJ I mean Rough Justice. I don't know if you know him, but he does this a lot. He'll bite in on the play, and then the flag gets out. And the first thing out of your mouth, if you're a defender, the first thing out of your mouth, if you get juked like this and he's free past 2, past 3, the first thing out of your mouth should be, oh, he's past 3, 4, or whatever, something like that. Like, he's past 3, coming 3, 4, coming 3, coming 4. That's the first thing out of your mouth. The sooner you say it, the better, because the OD needs to know as soon as possible. They need to know whether they need to wait for a pup. They need to know whether they need to not grab. Saying it a couple milliseconds early saves a flaccid. It saves so much. So that's the first thing out of your mouth that you need to say. But RJ does not do that. RJ, when he gets juked like this, he goes in, he gets juked. The first thing he says is, fuck. Oh my god. My bad. And then, he says nothing else. And maybe after saying that 3-second speech about how he just got juked, then he'll say, oh, he's coming into base 3. And it's too late at that point. So the lesson here is don't. And it's so annoying. It's so annoying if you're on offense and defenders do that. But the lesson of that story is don't cloud communication with things like oh and oh my god and oh shit and fuck and huh and sighs like that. It clouds communication. Just don't do it. I used to do it a lot, and then I realized eventually that it does no good at all. It brings such a negative atmosphere to the game, and it's so uninformative. It's just not good. So just don't do things like that. If Kami got returned there, the correct emotional response is to go, it's okay. I'll just it's a fine. That was my fault. I'll just try again. Or better yet, don't say anything. Just get returned. Okay, I died. I'm on re. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna go back on offense. But you don't really have to say anything.
Quickly, like 30. Calm you. It's okay.
Dude, I'm lagging like crazy.
It's a little lag. We're good. What time is our base?
I'm out.
I don't know. Fight for it.
20.
Great job, Squiggly, on waiting for the power up. Squiggly, I don't know if you informed them that Kevin and S were were right next to you. But inform them. I don't know if you did. Moreover, I'm pretty sure Kami wasn't listening, but I don't think you did. And then great job, Kami. Great job on getting the cap.
Just stay there.
It's a cat?
Nice job.
I got an attack pro coming in.
Coming in base.
No,
He's
no,
out.
don't
He's
die,
out.
don't die.
He's
Slow
out.
down.
Kiss.
Yes.
No. Nice job. That's a reset.
Have a tag pose.
This is a lesson
He's out. He's
on.
out.
Kiss.
Yes.
No. Nice job. That's a reset.
Have a tag pose.
Nice, okay.
Alright, good job. Let's protect the
Where is it?
I got an attack.
What am I doing?
I got
Okay, here we go. Okay.
Just stay there.
It's a cat?
Yeah, nice. Nice job.
I got an attack pro coming in.
Coming in
This
base.
is a lesson on how important it is to not spike yourself. Because let's say Noobkin gets the return, let's say Mikaso's free, and then Kami spikes himself like this. This is unacceptable, because then if Noobkin got the return, if they didn't kiss, and Mikasa was free, then that's a cap. All because Kami spiked himself. So spiking yourself is so important. It's so important to not spike yourself. And you might be thinking, well, it's just a luck thing. It's just well, you can play Tag Pro in such a way that you make your own luck, and you make it impossible for you to spike yourself, just based on smart play.
No. Nice job. That's a reset.
I have a tag pose.
Nice. Okay.
Alright, good job. Let's protect the lead.
The base is 25 still.
I am doing absolutely nothing this game. That's okay. We're winning.
They both fall for the stutter step.
Alright, ours
Just
is about
try to do it
18.
twice in a row.
I'm gonna get
Power
He's
bottom.
boosting.
Yeah, bottom
Yep,
left.
yep, you got him.
Nice job.
One is
nice
bottom left.
job.
It's
Carl, we're hitting
sometimes
a rhythm.
43-ish.
I got it 45. One is top right.
Boosting.
I don't know.
We're hitting.
43.
Kami, I feel like you're not paying attention to the game. I feel like it's honestly frustrating me a little bit, because what you're doing is so unnecessary. You're trying to do so much. You don't have to. All you have to do is stand still and be patient. Look, Squiggly is getting the pup. First of all, you know Squiggly's getting the pup. I'm going to assume you know, but maybe you did. Actually, I don't even think you knew that he was getting the pup, because you just... It's like you don't think S knows what you're doing. Like, S knows what you're trying to do. It's a very obvious thing that you're trying to do here. And moreover, never grab when you're the only one there. It's not intelligent. Also, you could have avoided this grab, but you still did it anyway, because you thought, oh, maybe S will disappear into thin air, and then I'll... I mean, do you guys look at this and think what I'm like? Am I the crazy one here? Am I the crazy one here, and thinking that the only way this would be a smart play is if you thought S was going to disappear into thin air? Because there's no other... I can't comprehend a person who would actually do this and think it was a good thing.
45.
He's going to return... Like, it's so obvious to me, at least. It's so obvious to me that it's just... At the last second, you have to swerve out of there. It's very obvious. And also, Squiggly is getting the juke juice, so... This is showing that you don't communicate with your offensive partner. You're playing for yourself. That's number one. Number two, you don't know what's happening around you. So you don't know that Squiggly's getting the juke juice. Or maybe you do know, but you're not really processing what that means. That means there's, Squiggly's not there to help you. You don't know that he has a juke juice, number three. You don't know he has a juke juice, and the fact that he's a juke juice, that means he can grab. You can help each other with the juke juice and grab when both of you are in base, but you grabbing there is so unaware of what's going on in the game. So that's why I think playing it slow, playing it patient is so important in Tag Pro, because if you don't play slow and patient, then you're basically playing like Kamikaze is in this half, because there's no communication between both offenders here. Squiggly's wandering into base thinking what happened, and then now Squiggly's trying to grab and he flacids, which is obviously a mistake. But the point is that there was no Kamikaze there to help him grab. And it's just it can't happen. It can't happen. So Kami, think about what you're doing before you do it. It's kind of like how people say think before you speak. In the same way, think before you make a decision. Right here, this is a bad decision because Squiggly's waiting for the pup. Squiggly could have... What did Squiggly do? Okay.
Right? Do we know right?
Okay, Squiggly could have helped Kamikaze get the flag with the juke juice, which I think is a great idea. But instead, Squiggly decides to get the pup, which is also a great idea. I can't blame him for that, because the pup is coming up. And what if it's a Tag Pro? You need to get the pup sometimes. So Squiggly could have helped Kami grab, or he could have gotten the pup. He decides to.
Ours. Oh, okay.
43.
I got left 45.
Right?
Okay.
Do we know right?
It's like
He decides to get the pup here. You'll see Kami misses. And then okay, Squiggly's getting the pup. Kami, don't grab. Squiggly decided to get the pup. And so that means you have to wait for him to get the pup, and then once he gets the pup, then you can start doing your thing. you're already up by 1. It's not necessary to do things like this. You do get out of base here. I mean, great job on that aspect, but I mean, look, you're gonna get returned. It's not even worth it. And then now Squiggly has a rolling bomb. Guess what Squiggly can't do? Squiggly can't get out of base. Look, he has a rolling bomb. He can't even use it because you were playing. I don't know. You're not here with me, talking to me, so we can't communicate on why you do the things you do. I'm sure you have a good reason. Everyone has a good reason for why they make mistakes. But that's not the point. The point is that you avoid making mistakes again, and you never do them ever again. So think about Kami. Think about why you're doing all these mistakes. Think about it. I want you to really, really be Mr. Psychologist here and look into your psyche or whatever, and think about why you're making these plays, and then think about how you can approach the game so that you never make those mistakes ever again, so that the next time you go to practice, you're never doing rash decisions like that. Think about what kind of mind state you need to be in every single game, and really, really practice towards that. And so, okay, so Squiggly can't get Squiggly's rolling bomb is basically unable to be used. And then great job, Squiggly, on delaying the flag. That was a great job.
Your best 3 if you can get out.
No, it's fine. No more grab.
Wait a minute.
Got him.
Nice job, guys.
Kami, right here, you should have just gotten out of the way. You're the reason Jado got returned here.
I got him.
See, I feel like obviously you're gonna bump into him if you're not paying attention. The point is to pay attention. So, right here, if you paid attention, then you would have done that little extra to swerve here. You would have done that little extra to swerve here, but instead you bounce off the corner for no reason and you block Jado. These kind of things are solvable by just slowing down, taking a really third-person view of the game, realize what's happening around you, and then taking necessary decision. If you just go throughout this game, going as fast as you can, not thinking about what's happening around you, you're gonna do things like this where you bump into Jado.
1, 2,
Like right there.
I got him.
And right there, it's like your brain turned off, and you're not really going things slowly. Maybe I'm being a little mean, but I really honestly do feel like plays like that aren't very necessary if you just pay attention a little bit. So even though you were going full speed to save the cap, even though you were going full speed, I feel like at some point you need to have enough reaction time to the events occurring around you in order to make a necessary decision in enough time, in a quick enough time frame, and not make mistakes. This game is about not making mistakes. That's all it is. Maybe that's overgeneralizing it, but this game is really just about slowing down, not making mistakes, and slowly but surely taking over the game. So, like I was saying before, Kami's getting anti-read, so Kami's value, you need to do something else with your time, so either wait for a power-up or do that thing that I was trying to do, be an extra defender. Also, I don't know if I talked about this, but if, let's say you're the red team, so let's pretend you're Mikaso or whatever. If he's playing anti-re, then your job let's think about this intuitively. If he's playing anti-re, then Mikaso essentially becomes another defender. Think about it. If they're playing anti-re, then Mikaso wants to kiss, because if Mikaso kisses, then Noobkin gets the re and Kami doesn't get the re, and that's a reset for the red team. So Mikaso wants to kiss if they're playing anti-re. This is why anti-re is such a popular strat for a lot of people, because if S plays anti-re, then Mikaso becomes an extra defender. And so, instead of Kevin and S playing defense, Mikaso and Kevin are playing defense. And it's pretty neat because you've lost little value. I mean, the only difference is that one of your defenders is also being chased. That's the only difference. One of your defenders is weak and he can't really decide where to go most of the time. That's the only weakness there. But other than that, if he gets the return, then the red team has the upper hand. So it's a pretty good strat. This is how you defeat the strat. If Kami plays D here, let's say Kami plays defense because he's playing defense because S is playing anti-Re and he wants to use his time. So guess what? Kami's playing defense, Carl's playing defense, Jado's playing defense. Makaso is dead. Makaso is either 1, dead, or 2, not able to go where he wants to go. And guess what? Makaso's value as an extra defender is lost. So Makaso can't. He's unable to get Squiggly because of the extra defender from Kami. And guess what? Because of Kami's extra defense, Squiggly has only one person chasing him. Squiggly has only one person chasing him. And guess what? Who's going to win? Carl, Kami, and Jado after Makaso, or Kevin versus Squiggly? Kevin's not going to get the return. It's a 1-on-1. He's not going to get the return. 3-on-1? Probably going to get the return. And guess what? Once Makaso's dead, you're in a good position to get the regrab, and then Squiggly's still alive, and then you can get the cap. So this is how you play against anti-Re, and it's pretty easy. So the idea is nullifying the fact that Makaso is an extra defender. And at that point, you're wasting your time as anti-Re because, well, what's the point of playing anti-Re if you only have one defender chasing? There's no point at all.
Okay, just come over top. Yep.
Left pup is about to come up.
No,
Wait for the left pup.
Left
Wait
pup's
for the
about
left
to
pup.
I
come
didn't
up.
want to hit it. I just stuttered into it a little bit.
Alright,
Careful.
I got
the left
left at 41. It's a tag,
Squiggly, do you
bro.
have
I'm going O.
Nice. Okay, Squiggly, ready? Come in. You get him.
Oh, just get S. Just get S. Nice. All right,
He's
go right.
4.
Go right. Go
He's
top
3.
right.
He's
Top
3.
right.
He's
Top
3.
right.
No, he's 3.
Yeah.
That was bad. No, don't die.
Just
Don't die.
trying to get
Oh,
What?
don't die.
to you.
Don't die. Oh my god.
We're fine. We have
We're
time.
Top right is the rolling. Top right.
I'm already doing this for a minute 6, so I'm actually over the time that I did last time, but whatever. This is pretty funny. I'm not going to comment too much on this. This is just an error in miscommunication. So this is a situation. Remember when I was talking about the seamlessness of our Mooper Ball team? That worked because we played with each other so many times. We had so much chemistry with each other that Squiggly would have known Carl, for instance, would have gotten the rolling bomb, and he wouldn't. Squiggly would like kind of read Carl's mind, and Carl would get the rolling bomb, and Squiggly would play OD. But that didn't happen here, and like that's kind of funny. So trust that your player can make the smart decision, I guess. Another thing, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but strategy-wise, from what I've seen in film a lot, and from my own success as a player who doesn't really juke well but still wins games, playing smart, intelligently, somewhat coincides with the idea of playing conservative, I guess. So I guess, you know, it's playing well is slightly leans to that sometimes. But this is the one time where I'll say that being aggressive here. Well, this isn't there's a lot of times where I say be aggressive, but this is definitely a moment where you need to be aggressive. There's only one defender here. So, there's only one defender here. 1 against 2, that's an easy win. You're going to get out of base every single time. So, it can even be 3 against 1. And, yeah. You guys need to be aggressive there and get the grab and get out. Because there's only 1D. Whenever there's 1D, you need to get out. That leaves the question. Why didn't you guys know there was 1D? Because I feel like if you guys knew there was 1D, I feel like you would have grabbed. I feel like you guys weren't paying attention to what was right in front of you. And that usually happens for a multitude of reasons. The most major reason being that you're just not focused. you're a little bit scared, I think, because you're a little bit scared that Noobkin's gonna cap, and because of that fear, or because of that focus on Noobkin, you lose the focus on the base, and you lose the focus that S is actually the only defender there. So yeah, that's one time where emotion plays against you, because emotion leads you to do things like that, and you don't get the grab. Number one, you don't get the grab 2-on-1D, and then you eventually do, and then two people go for the power up. So those are two things you guys need to work on. Notice how that defeats two rules. Notice how Tag Pro is situational. So I usually say don't grab, and I usually say go for the power up, right? But in that situation, both rules were kind of broken. The rule where you don't grab is nullified once there's 1D. You just need to focus on the fact that there's 1D. And then the rule to get power-ups is nullified when there's already someone near the power-ups able to get it. So Tag Pro is situational. That's why I don't like to make rules. I like to make guidelines. Like, different situations call for different decisions. And right there, you guys needed a grab. And also just one person getting the pup. This is a return. You guys weren't aggressive enough here, I guess. No, you know what? I don't like using the word aggressive. You guys just weren't playing it well. This is how many times do you get the opportunity to get a cap? So Jado, just play it really aggressively. And Kami's doing a good job by just pushing him out. Jado does a little bit of a premature bomb. That's just being aware of what's happening.
I got it. He's still one Kami. He's coming down one. He's coming down one right at
back
you.
towards
2,
mid.
3.
Trying not to.
No. Ah, fucking.
Alright, stay
Nice,
back.
you killed
Okay.
him.
Left is up now. Left is up now.
Oh my god.
He's gonna
Fuck.
get.
That could have been done better, I think. I don't know what happened there.
Left is up now. Left is.
Oh, Carl, yeah, Carl, you needed to stay right there, and you needed to let Jado, and also Jado, don't get so trigger happy. Remember, I was talking about this is yours. This is all yours. This is actually all yours. This is all yours. Everyone who's in this range is a dead man. You don't need to boost so quickly. Don't be trigger happy. And then you miss, and then Carl bites in, and then he gets a tag pro.
It's a tag pro.
Nope, nice shot, Carl.
Top right is 24s. Top right is 19. Top right is 19. They got a tag from base. He's
Their
gonna go
base is
over.
about
I think this is such a great play. This is
They got a tag.
first of all, Jado doesn't do anything to help him out, I think. What happens?
Top right is 24s. Top right is 19. Top right is 19.
Yeah, like, okay, so
19.
okay, Jado. Okay, Jado. He's spawning right there, so he's spawning right there. So you need to play it here. You need to take away the right lane so that Carl, once he spawns, he gets to the left lane. But you don't do that, and you make it much more harder than it needs to be. So, okay, look, I don't know what you were trying to do here, but you go for the left lane for some reason, and you leave this lane wide open. And then Carl is left to because of your blunder, Carl has to overcompensate right. He has to do it. And then Jado, you don't play close enough. You need to play closer there. Okay, once you need to have a very, very, very quick intuition here. Quick intuition. So right here. Okay, right there. Jado, go for. Okay, Carl is taking away the lane. Bam, right there. Okay, Carl just took away the lane. Crash it. Just crash it. Carl took the lane. Makaso's slowed down. This is your opportunity to crash it or whatever. But you don't really do that. You just kind of hang back, and then Carl gets the return by himself because he just played that really well. But you could have been a lot more helpful there, Jado. Just be aware of those kind of things. Like I said before, play it slow. Think about what you're doing. Think, when you're playing a game, just think a lot about everything that's going on around you. Don't just play with the hothead and do things, and let's hope it works out. You have to think about what you're doing. Great job, Kami, on getting the tag pro here. This is exactly what I told you that you should have been doing a long time ago.
In the
Please
base.
boost
In
the
the
bombing.
base. Get
Nice.
Get
I'll
it, get it, Carl. Thanks, you got it.
it. Take it.
Alright,
Oh,
ours
no.
is
I got it
7.
at 6.
We have double tag,
Got
bro.
it.
Just
Also, in general, for the whole match, great job getting power-ups. I love the fact that the defense came in first to get the power-ups. You guys did a great job with power-ups.
I'm out 4. I'm gonna sting 3.
You
Alright.
can do that,
Return.
probably.
Okay, wait. Yep, no, wait, Juke got it. Yep.
Wait.
That,
Return.
probably.
Wait.
Yeah, Jado, practice your defense because you're kind of left looking silly, and Carl's got to pick up the scraps for you. But otherwise, great job, guys.
Yep.
That's probably a little too mean. A one-on-one return isn't always expected there, to be honest. But that could have, if Carl didn't have a juke juice, maybe that wouldn't have been the cap. I don't know.
Nice patience. Well, you have the juke juice, so I wanted you to. We're trying to boost your stats this week, Carl. Shut
I'm
up.
gonna block and get the return at the same time.
I'm out. I'm gonna boost 3.
Okay, so right here, Kami, your partner just died. Does this look familiar? I was talking about this in the beginning of the game. Now it's the end of the game, and it's the same thing all over again. But I think it was Squiggly that was doing it. But your regrab just died, so your priority is to stay alive. Unless the defense is specifically communicating to you that you need to get into base, or number 3, or your intuition is strongly suggesting that you need to get into base. I don't know. Maybe you just feel like it's good to boost there. Your intuition, but yeah, you need to stay alive here. That's what you really need to be doing. Let Squiggly get the re, stay alive until he gets the re, and then do whatever you want. Do risky things, and then but you don't do that. And instead, you kill yourself, and you die, and Squiggly can't get re. Moreover, let's say Squiggly knew left power up was coming up. So let's say you stayed alive there. Squiggly could have gotten left power up. It would have been a tag pro. Guess what? You would have been right here. Squiggly would have been right here. You guys could have joined, in the middle or something. He would have had a tag pro lead. That's a tag pro lead into base, and that's a cap. So Kami not boosting in, staying alive, would have been a much better play. And if Squiggly had memorized the power up, then he could have had the power up, and that is a cap right there. That could have happened, but instead Kamikaze boosted into 3, and now Squiggly doesn't have a regrab. And I realize that there are 38 seconds, but you'd be surprised how long 38 seconds is. Squiggly could have gotten that tag, bro. In general, unless of course there's 10 seconds left in the game, wait for your regrab. Just do it.
Alright.
Oh no, he's out.
He's out.
Two.
1.
I can't get it.
Think about
We're
that
here,
mistake.
Let's
See.
We have a tag pro on base.
It's gotta be out soon.
He's out. He has a juke juice though.
Fuck me. Oh.
Grab it, call.
No,
Well,
No, come back,
No.
come back.
No.
3 seconds, you should not have
Not
done
grab that.
that.
Yeah, I guess.
Do not grab that. You gotta look at the clock a little closer, Squiggly.
I guess you guys forgot about the the game timer. I do that sometimes too. I feel like I'm always focusing on what's around me very, very well in games, but or at least well enough. But I never focus on the timer. That's one thing that I never focus on for some reason. So yeah. A pretty good game though. Overall, it was a pretty good game. Carl beasted it with the returns. Although Carl made a lot of not a lot. Carl made a couple of iffy decisions on defense, and which I already touched on. But besides that, he played pretty well. And then Jado could be a lot better. Maybe not a lot better. But play a little bit more smart on defense, and then everything that I said has already been said. So this is the only half that I recorded, I think. But there are streamed. The game was streamed, so I'll look at those and try to do those. All right. And if you have anything you want to talk about, go ahead and talk about that with me if you want. But I think that's it. Overall, I think the two biggest things you guys need to fix are, number one, slowing down and focusing on everything happening in the game. Power-up timers, where people are, what situation you're currently in, what your teammates are telling you. Slowing down and really taking it all in, everything that's happening, like that. That's number one. So, that's just being in a good mindset, I think. Because I feel like you guys already know what to do. It's just that you need to be in the mindset so that you do it. You actually do it. And number two is defense. Defense, I guess. You guys are playing very well defensively. There could be just a little bit more work on defense. And I think at that point, you guys are a pretty good team. And by defense, I don't mean Carl and Jado. I mean overall as a defense. So if Kami's playing defense, if Squiggly's playing defense, overall the team unit defensive play. There are moments where there could have been a little bit more work, but otherwise, I think you guys played well. So good job. And there's also the hold. Mikasa got 3 minutes of hold, while you guys only got 150. So those are more mechanical things. You'll realize that mechanical decisions don't influence games too much. I mean, Mikasa had 3 minutes of hold, but their team lost by 2. So, but they are helpful to work on. So, think about those as well. I'm gonna stop right now. I don't know if I should pause this recording or play another one, but I guess I'll stop.